Hello and welcome to episode 146, and for this vlog we've come down to Bluebell Lakes Complex again, and we're on Swan Lake again. It's the three amigos plus Mark again. Is after Mark's success when joined me and Lee on Mallard Lake a few months ago, we couldn't not bring you back because probably needed to put a few fish in the blog. Simon did say he had a dream about Lee catching a 48.5 pound common, but
it's one hell of a dream.
Sounds a bit of a weird dream to me. I don't know what else might be going on in this dream, but
the sheets were wet when I woke up.
Oh, I'm sleeping with one eye open.
But anyway, guys, we've been here for a few hours now. We're just sort of in the process of almost getting the rods out. We've had a bit of rain which has delayed proceedings a bit, even though it wasn't forecast. But yeah, that's about it. So till something carpy happens, let's go fishing.
Let's go fishing.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Right, gang, I'm just about to spot out a bit of bait, and I've got probably the simplest spod mix you can ever have. Simply just some 12mm boilies and corn. Nothing complicated about that mix. The only thing I'd done with the boilies for about 48 hours before this session started is that I've been having the boilies glugged in a coconut milk. Just like one of these milks you can buy for, you know, like maybe for like people who are like lactose intolerant, as like a real milk substitute. So so the boilies are actually really soft. So it's almost kind of, they've gone like a nice washed out pale colour, really soft, and they smell absolutely lush. It's a nutcracker boilie, but then now they smell of coconut as well. So yeah, very simple. So I'm going to get some of that out now. Right then, guys, we are fishing now after a bit of a delay during mid setup due to the unforecast rain that kind of slowed things down a bit. We are now fishing. So I'll tell you what I've done just for now, and then we'll go into details of, like, you know, showing you what I'm doing later on in the blog. But during leading around to find like what's going on out in the lake, the lead was coming back absolutely covered in like stinky black silt every cast, and no weed anymore, not like we had when we was here back in May. So absolutely clean out there now, apart from really stinky black silt, little bit of leaf debris and a little bit of dead weed, but the silt absolutely stinks. So I've decided to fish stiff end rigs, all three rods, to keep the bait obviously off the deck and out of the stinky silt. I've put yellow dumbbell pop-ups on all three again. mainly to match me spod mix, which I've already showed you, which has got a lot of corn in it. And yeah, that's about it really. I've done 16 wraps on my middle rod and right hand rod, and 10 wraps on my left hand rod, so sort of covering 2 different distances. I don't know if regular viewers remember, but when we was here back in May, there's a drop off a bit out there, and so that close in rod is fishing on the drop off, and then so the middle rod and outside rod are probably fishing probably just shy of halfway at 16 wraps. I've done 5 spods of bait over each rod, midi spom, so not too much bait, just enough to sort of attract some fish into the area without feeding them too much, just in case they're not that hungry. Just kind of watching that Swan, because he is dipping his head right over me lines at the moment. So yeah, so that's pretty much where we're up to. It's sort of quite late in the afternoon now, so unless any fish come, I'm not going to do any recasts now this evening or tonight. I'm just going to leave the rods out there, keep any swim disturbance to a minimum, apart from that Swan disturbing my swim. So yeah, so that's all me sort of rig tactics and baiting up ploys so far. And if that tree would get out of the way of the camera, get out of the way, tree. So then I'll yeah, so that's about it. So I'll go and have a chat with the other lads, see what their tactics are, and then just have a bit of a relax now, I think. Oh, Swan. Quick look at Simon's spod mix. You want to tell us what's in there, mate?
Diarrhea. It's
well,
it's Manila crumb. It's Manila, obviously Manila crumb with cloudy Manila liquid and corn. That's it.
It does look like diarrhea.
SH1T.
It does. Alright, get some out there then. With brand new Fox.
Very nice.
Fox bomb.
Let's do a Danny Stomp.
Only if you need the distance.
That didn't hit the clip.
That's all right, you have to spread them out, give them room to feed.
I saw you feeding the margin before.
Right then, gang, with Mark, do you want to give us a quick rundown of what you're doing, mate?
I'm fishing all toddies today. Basically I just had a little bit of a lead around, still a bit weedy on the bottom, so just 2 chods, just literally underarm flicked really, probably no more than about 25 yards out, apart from the left hand rod which is up against the reeds here.
Close in fishing then.
Yeah, I'm doing nothing special today.
Yeah, Mark's got the very end peg on the lake, so you've got a nice little corner and some nice reeds there to fish to.
Yeah, I'm fishing, the left hand rod's just fishing up against the reeds there, and literally this right hand rod is just underarm chucked, well, about 15 yards, 20 yards maximum.
Nice sheltered corner, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely just here.
So when we got here, some people on the other side of the lake did say any shown fish was in this corner on the back of the wind. they haven't moved yet on the new wind, so could get lucky.
I just hope so. It's, I've been sat here nice and quiet, so...
Until I come and stomp my feet in your swim.
But the birds have been playing up here, so... I mean, I don't think that frightens them anyway, but...
Nah.
But no, we're hopeful. Very hopeful for tonight.
Okay, right, let's go and see how the other lads are doing. Right then, gang. We've just spoke to Mark. Now we're with Simon.
I know nothing.
I thought we'll go into details about looking at what you've done later on in the video, but do you want to give us a quick, brief description of what you've done so far?
What I've done. Basically, the lake itself is very, very busy, and we are in the shallower end of the lake. Well, I say shallow; it's still 8 to 10 feet where we're fishing. So even though it is the shallower end, it's not really that shallow. It's been very overcast today, so when we arrived it was fine and sunny, but by the time we got the bivvies sorted and the rods sorted, it became overcast and raining. So I was going to fish zigs originally, but obviously with the low pressure and the cloud cover, I thought, well, they're going to be feeding on the bottom, hopefully. So basically what I've done is, I had a little lead about. It's very silty, there's hardly any weed now. I mean, this is renowned for being a weedy water, but there's no weed out there at all. It's all died off now. I led it about on 3 different spots, fishing at 48 yards. I think it's 48 yards, is it, Chris?
Not 48 wraps?
No, not 48 wraps on the mid lid. It's 14 wraps in here, so it's 56 yards, isn't it?
What kind of rigs?
So I'm fishing one on an IQD rig, a little balanced hook bait, yellow. I'm fishing a 12mm Northern Special on a Ronnie rig, and I'm fishing a 14mm Dairy Supreme, which is like a washed out pink colour. So I'm fishing 2 yellow and 1 pink really. I've done quite well on yellow before, so it would be daft not to fish it again. My spod mix is really consisting of crumb boilie, not any whole boilie really, because this lake's renowned for being a particle water. So I thought, well, I'll crumb a load of boilie up and fish cod in my spod mix. So I'm fishing yellow baits obviously over the top of corn. So, and as far as I've put about 5 or 6 bombs out over 3 rods. Not a lot of bait because I'm only using little mini spons. And that's as far as we've got. We've only had the rods in a couple of hours, so if anything else materialises, I'm sure Chris will be straight on the camera.
And finally, we're with Lee. So everyone else has talked about what they've done so far to get going, and your turn now.
I've slept really. Sod it, I don't want to fish. No, just spotted out. Boilie, sweet corn, pellet. 2 rods I'm fishing on Ronnie rigs, and on another rod I'm just fishing basically an IQD rig. Critically balanced with the old little almond special.
Your very special bait that works everywhere.
Not this year then, it's been shit. Got to keep the faith though, ain't you?
Right. See you later, alligator.
In a while, crocodile.
Evening guys, and it's that time we've all come accustomed to now. Barbecue time.
Magic time.
Only Simon's hijacked the shop because he's not having any barbecue. What are you having tonight?
Sausages. I'm having spaghetti bolognese tonight.
He's going Italian.
Go on.
Italian.
Cook Dean Watson style.
Yes. My friend Dean Watson showed me how to cook proper spaghetti bolognese on the bank.
How's that pork chop looking, Turkish?
2 minutes.
Well, good morning, gang. Unfortunately, apart from a few liners, been a really quiet night. Quiet all apart from Lee snoring, that is right behind me. Yeah, like I say, I had a few liners in the night, but nothing more than that, I'm afraid. Had a few wind bleeps. Yesterday it was really windy, still really windy in the night, so the wind gave me a few bleeps. I had to turn the sensitivity down on the alarms in the end because I was getting constant wind bleeps. But the wind's a lot lighter this morning, only a gentle breeze blowing from my left to my right. So when it comes to doing the recast today, that'll be a lot easier for sure, because when we was casting yesterday, even with a 3.5 ounce lead, the line was still bowing right out. Yeah, today's a new day. I might change rigs today. I don't know yet, I haven't made up my mind yet completely, but right, anyway, breakfast first, I think. Right, and guys, just preparing for a bit of a slight tactic change, more of a rig change. I've just been reading on Facebook about a very recent catch report from Mr. Kev Hewitt, who was here just last week, and I'm sure by the time this blog goes out a lot of you would have seen it. But Mr. Kev Hewitt was only about 4 or 5 swims to my right, and he had a very productive 3-day session where he caught 14 fish, 6 of them being over 30 pound, and his tactic was the Ronnie rig. So, as I've already said in this blog, I'm fishing the stiff hinge rigs, which isn't a lot different from a Ronnie rig, sort of rig mechanics wise, but it is still different from what I'm doing. So basically I'm going to change all 3 rods to the Ronnie rig. I need me little hook puller, me knot puller, and yeah, so pretty much the only difference between a Ronnie rig and the stiff hinge rigs that I'm already fishing is that the Ronnie rigs are probably just to keeps the bait a little bit closer to the deck. Let me not pull it. So, and then so yeah, so that is pretty much going to be about the only. Oh, and on the Ronnie rigs as well, he also says he was fishing fake corn, and apparently over real corn. So yeah, so as I've already showed you, I've already got real corn in my spod mix, so no need to change the baiting side of the tactic. And even if I wanted to, I can't anyway, because that spod mix I've showed you is all I've got with me anyway. So right, nearly there on one. So yeah, so only a very slight rig change. Ow, 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 hooking my finger. So, right, we've got to tie a loop in the other end, and that's one almost ready to go. So yeah, so only a slight rig change, but it might make the difference, it might not. Time will tell. What are you doing, counting the individual grains there?
Yes, mate. Lucky number. Yeah, that went really well. Going for the margins there, boys.
Bonjour!
Bonjour.
What's going on down here then? Any tactics changes to...
No, just refreshing the rigs, pal. Well, there has been one tactic change actually, I'm lying. The left hand rod has now gone on a zig. 6 foot zig in 8 feet of water. As you can see, it's nice and sunny now, so...
It is indeed.
It is. But that's the only tactic change. Just swap one of the rods over to a zig.
Right then guys, just with Lee, he's gonna show you his rig, how he's fishing. We can see it dangling just in front of his face there.
The old little pink special. Very simple really, helicopter style. Nice quarter boom. Size 6 curve shank hook on a little pink pop-up. And the other two are on exactly the same sort of rig, helicopter style, but they're on yellow Northern Specials that I pinched off Simon. Give them a bash.
Whoa. That's a very nice bit of angling equipment you've got there, Lee. What are you doing?
Smashing up boilies. Chris's icebreaker, which is now a boilie breaker.
How about,
Turns out like that.
hang on, tip it up a bit more.
That's it.
Nice selection of chops there.
Yes, mate. Whack that in there.
Just extra ingredient to go in your spod mix.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice. Nice life. Fit loads in. Certainly beats the older quarter crusher because you can do such a large amount.
Well, Mark, last time you appeared in one of my blogs, by this time you'd had a couple of fish. What's gone wrong this time? We're relying on we're relying on you to put fish in the blog.
Halo slipped, what can I say? Well, hopefully with this bit of sun and the back of the wind today, hopefully today. But yeah, I've sort of let the side down a little bit today, but
I'll tell you what, Mark.
Plenty of time, yeah.
You look tired.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just about to get the rods back out, guys, and so I can show you now that the rig's going to be going back out. Basically, I've just copied what Kev Hewitt was doing from his recent catch report. So a Northern Special pop-up on a Ronnie rig, tipped with a bit of fake pink sweet corn. Except, as you can see, I have my Ronnie rigs moving on a big loop, so it just gives the rig a bit of extra movement. And the boom section in its entirety is about 9 inches long with a little sinker in the middle. So I've got 3 of them ready to go out now.
Wakey, wakey, Mr. Fennell. No wonder you never catch any fish. You're always sleeping, Chris. Now, come on. You're supposed to be the carp king.
Morning, guys. Another quiet night fishing wise. Had an early night last night, bit tired, tucked up in bed by 9 o'clock, woke up at 7 o'clock this morning, a good 10-hour sleep, and not a single bleep to our name. I don't know, do you have a bleep siren or anything in the night?
Nothing. All is quiet. All is quiet.
Lee's just currently having a recast in his swim. But yeah, tactics wise, I didn't do any recasting last night, sort of before bedtime. I thought, because it is quite hard water, the best tactic is probably not to do any recasting and keep any swim disturbance to an absolute minimum. Obviously that didn't work, but once again we are on one of the hardest lakes in the country, so you do have to expect these blanks on lakes like this. Well, it's not a blank yet, we've got to 3 o'clock this afternoon.
6 hours to go.
6 hours fishing left, so it's not over yet. But anyway, I think I might do a recast this morning just to freshen up the baits for the last few hours. I might have to pinch some more of Simon's Northern Specials. Right. Hopefully there'll be some fishy action within the next 6 hours. Right then guys, down to the last probably 3.5 hours worth of fishing time now. Just re-chucked all 3 of my rods just with fresh hook baits on. Still fishing the same spots, not putting any more bait out. If any of that bait's been eaten that I've put out already, then basically just going to be fishing them as singles now. Yeah, it's been a bit quiet up to now. Old Mr. Kev Hewitt has just turned up again, sort of practically opposite on the far side, and went for a bit of a toilet break and stopped to speak to him on the way. And when he done well last week, he was saying that it was because of a low pressure system, and at the moment we're experiencing a high pressure weather system. And apparently this lake doesn't respond well to a high pressure weather system, so that could explain the tough fishing we've been having the last couple of days. But yeah, anyway, it's still time yet. Like I said, all the rods have just been re-chucked on fresh hook bait, so fingers crossed for the last few hours. Right then guys, the rest of us have still got a couple of hours fishing left ahead of us, but it's time for Mark to go. He's got some family matters to attend to anyway. Nice fishing with you again, mate.
Sorry I couldn't save the day again this time.
Yeah, I was going to say, what happened?
Yeah, sorry.
But until next time, mate.
Next time, hopefully soon.
Alright then.
See you later.
Go on then.
Bye bye. Bye.
That's it. Game over. And unfortunately, another blank. And there's only one thing me and Lee want to know. What happened to that dream, Simon?
Yeah, Simon.
Sorry,
48.8 you said I'd catch.
Sorry.
And a £5 stickleback, you said I had.
£5 stickleback.
Back for Chris.
Team blank.
Well, that's it, guys.
It is the hardest lake
It
going,
is.
isn't it?
It
You've got
is.
to be honest.
But
The rewards are massive, aren't they?
The rewards are massive, but it is a very, very hard lake, and unfortunately it has beat us.
Again,
and unfortunately for me, it's going to be the third blank blog in a row, so if you're still watching, guys, thanks very much. Right then, I don't think we're going to see Lee till next year now, because he's hanging his tackle up for the winter.
Taking up golf.
And I think the next blog for me now is actually going to be between sort of Christmas and New Year, when me and Simon are going to be going to Farlow's again, just not Lake 2.
Definitely not Lake 2.
Right then guys, if you have watched up to this point, unfortunately it has been a blank, so sorry about that. But till next time, tight lines.
Tight lines from the blankers. Or is that another word?